Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to integrate the RazorPay payment integration button inside your website, and we will be doing this inside Node.js and Express application. So you see that this RazorPay is a very popular payment gateway for website. You will see that it is very popular in India as well. You will see RazorPay. I think it's an Indian company. It was founded in 2013, and we will try to integrate the payment gateway inside the website using its button. So you will see this is the official website of razorpay.com, and if you just go to it, you just need to sign up for your account here. Simply sign up process is there, and then you can log in with your details here, which is username and password. So I have already done that. So I am running this in test mode. You will see that. So after you sign up inside this, you will see your own setting section, and inside your setting section you will have your API key section, and inside your API key section you will be copy pasting this key ID. So you can also regenerate it. So when people are watching the stream, guys, so we will be integrating the RazorPay payment gateway integration inside React.js. Let me show you a short little demo here. So I am building this application inside React.js application. If I open this inside localhost 3001, so this is a button. You can see that buy now button. So basically this is a heading here, RazorPay payment gateway integration in React. So if you click the buy course button, it will now show you this nice little animation, and here you can just have your logo here, which is coding Shiksha, and then the rupees here 499. This is your logo picture. You can also change to any language here, which is Hindi here. For so all the languages are there, so I will stick to English language, and these are the preferred payment methods. You will see that it is either UPI, Paytm, PhonePe. All these methods are supported. You can also use your cards as well, like this, and then you can also use your UPI ID, either Google Pay, Bheem, PhonePe, and more. And then we have the net banking option. You can select from all the banks, which is SBI, Kotak. You can also select other bank as well. So all the options are available, and you can also have the pay later option, which is this option. So accordingly you can select. I will select the Google Pay, and then you just need to enter your UPI ID. So I will enter my ID, which is Geeky Gautam 1997 at the rate OK ICICI. So you can see that you can enter your UPI ID, and simply you will pay 499. So if I click the pay button, so your payment is being, you can see that. After that it will return to you the payment ID like this. So obviously this is testing it inside the, not a production mode, it is testing inside test mode. It will also return to you your order ID. So when you are running it inside production, these details will be very much useful. So we will be trying to integrate the RazorPay payment gateway inside React.js application, guys. So now to build this application, it is very easy. You just need to, let me just go out of this, and let me also close this React.js application. So first of all, guys, what we need to do is that we will create a parent object folder, which will be RazorPay React Node. So I need to create this folder first of all, which is RazorPay React Node, and after this we will cd into this RazorPay React Node. So you can see that if I open this folder here, So currently this folder will be empty. So when people is watching the stream, so we are integrating the RazorPay payment gateway. This is the application that we will be building. We will be displaying a buy button inside RazorPay. So for this application, guys, first of all, we will build the front end. So basically, we will make a new directory here of front end. We will cd into this, and inside this we will create our React.js project. For this, we will instantiate npx create React app, and this will be for instantiating the. We can call this project as React RazorPay test. So just call this, and now after that this will create the project inside this directory. So it will hardly take some time. So you will see inside this front end it will have all these dependencies opened. Let me, in the meanwhile, let me create a backend folder. So right here we will make a new directory which will be backend. So inside this backend directory we need to initialize our package.json file for the Node.js application. And for this, we need to install, I think it is 4 packages we need to install. First of all, we need to install Express for running the Express server. And then I think we need to install CORS, CORS to make cross-site request. We also need the short ID module for generating the random ID. And then we will need this RazorPay module at the server side. So these are the 4 modules that we will need. So simply you will enter it, and now this will install these 4 modules inside your Node.js project. So this will hardly take some time. After that it will install it. So this is our front end. All the dependencies are installed. So now you can see our project is ready here. So we can simply cd into this. So I can open this inside Visual Studio Code text editor. So you will see that this is the source directory and this is the test project. So we can run this project here simply by the command npm start. So this will start this project at the localhost 4300 port number. So you can see now this is a hello world project of React.js. So right here we need to simply. So first of all, guys, if you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. So you can see this is the Hello World app of React.js. So right here, what we need to do is that we need to delete all this stuff here from this file. And after this, we don't need the logo. We will delete this. And here we need to, first of all, inside our use effect. So if you know inside React, there is a special function, special hook called as use effect. So basically this is the hook here which is responsible for loading the essential dependencies. So basically if you want to load the essential dependency, so we will load this function like this, which I will call this as use effect. This is the hook function. It will automatically get imported from the React dependency, and then we will use this use effect. So inside this we will load the dependency, which will be simply, this will be a callback function, and inside this we will load script here. So basically we will make this function load script, and inside this we will pass the name of the script which we need to load. So for RazorPay this is very much useful. For the client side you need to have to load this checkout.razorpay.com, and then you need to have the version 1 slash checkout.js. So this is a script, dynamically script, you need to load it. So now we need to create this function right here at the top. So if you see here, right here inside this function, we will create this function here. So which will be called as load script. So basically this will be embedding the dynamic script, and the source will hold the script here, which we have passed here. You will see that https checkout razorpay.com. So two people are watching the stream, guys. So we are in this tutorial, we are integrating the razorpay payment gateway integration. So if you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button. We are integrating inside React.js. So you know this razorpay payment gateway. This is a very popular payment gateway for integrating the payments. So we are using this payment gateway to integrate inside React.js. So inside the React.js, we are just loading this template dynamically. So inside the source, we will simply load the script. So now to load this, it is very simple. We will return a promise here, return new promise, and all the source code regarding this project will be there inside video description. At the end of the live stream, I will give the link, so you can just go to the video description link to download all the source code. So we need to resolve this promise, and inside this what we will say is that we will create a new script element dynamically with the help of document.createElement, and we will create a script element dynamically. And after doing this, we will manipulate the source parameter of it. We will instantiate to the source parameter which is passed. And when the script loads, which is script.onload, and inside this you will simply say we need to resolve, and we will pass the true parameter. So we have successfully embedded the script. And after, there is also a on error. Basically, if any sort of error take place, so in that case, we can simply resolve it, and we can pass false to it. That's it. So lastly, we need to add the script inside the body. So now to add this, there is a simple method which is document.body.appendChild, and then we will pass the script here. That's it. So basically this will add the script here. So basically what it is doing is that it is just adding the script to the HTML. So basically we have this HTML here inside our public folder. So it is dynamically adding the script inside the HTML script tag. So we are programmatically doing this process using this function. So when the React component loads for the very first time, this code will execute, this function will call, and it will add the script dynamically. So after this, guys, what we need to do is that we need to have the return statement here, and we need to create a simple section instead of a div. You can just create a section here. So we can call this as section. So section is kind of an element inside HTML5. So we will provide a class name to it of card list, and inside this we will have a component which is called as course card. So we will make this component inside our source folder, and here we will make a new folder which is components, and inside this we will make our component which is course card.js. So right here inside this component, guys, what we need to do is that we need to first of all import the React dependency. So we will say import React from React, and then we will just write the function which will be function course card. This is our component, and lastly we will export default course card. That's it. And inside this function, guys, what we need to do is that we will simply return a simple button which will simply say buy now. So inside this we will have a div, and after that we will have two break tags just for alignment purpose. And inside this we will have a h1 heading. So we will give it a style parameter. So we will simply say text align to center position like this. So inside this heading, we will simply say RazorPay, RazorPay payment gateway integration in React. So basically, if you do this like this, we are loading this template inside of a parent component. So if you just do like this, so it is saying course card is not defined. So we need to import this right here. So we will simply say import course card from this components here, for components folder. So now no error will take place. So if I open this project, you will see RazorPay payment gateway integration in React. So now right here we need to simply, after this heading, we just need to simply add a button so that we can make the payment. After the two break tags, we can simply add this simple button. So we will have a button tag. So the type parameter will be equal to button. And after this, what we need to do is that we will assign a on click to it. So when we click this button, what will happen? So basically a function will execute which will display the payment window where you can enter your credit card details or UPI payment, any payment mode that you want to pay through. This is a method we will write it, and then we also need to embed a class name to it, which is a dynamic class which will be course payment button. This is a course payment button, and the label will be simply, this will be by course. That's it. And now we need to create this method which is display RazorPay. And for doing this, guys, we will import this method inside a new folder we will create. So right here at the very top, we will simply say that we need to import it from a new folder. So right here inside the source folder, we will create a folder here which is utils. So utils folder, and inside this we will create a payment gateway payment gateway.js. So this is a file we will create it. You can name it anything of your choice, and but right here inside this file we will export default function, and the function name will be pretty simple, guys, which we have defined it when we click the button. So basically this function will be async, and right here we will simply give the name which to the function which will be display RazorPay. So you can see we have given this name which is display RazorPay. So right here at the very top we can include this function by importing display RazorPay, and it will import it from dash dash utils payment gateway file here which we have defined here. So inside this function, guys, what we need to do is that we need to make a simple post request to the Node.js server. But before that, we need to construct the options. So the options are pretty simple. So inside the options, we will have the key ID. So these are all confidential details that you need to enter it from your RazorPay dashboard. So if you go to your RazorPay dashboard, you will find all these details. So this is your key ID. This will be different for you. So don't copy my key ID. So basically, I will paste this key ID here like this. So this is for the test mode. This is not for production mode. And secondly, we will have the currency, which is called as currency. So this will be equal to data dot. So I think we have, if you just see here, First of all, what we need to do is that we need to make the post request here, which will be simply get the data for us. So data, and we will make this inside our backend. So basically we will use the fetch request, and basically we will pass it to https http localhost, and we will put the port number 5000 slash, and then we will say RazorPay. So basically here we need to pass the method here, which will be post here. Method will be post. So put a comma, and after this, guys, this will return a promise, as this is a fetch request and this is a async function. So we can handle the process. We will get the response packet inside. We can convert this response to JSON like this, and now we can console log the data. So whatever data which is returned to us. So three people are watching the stream, guys. So we are integrating the RazorPay payment gateway inside React.js and Node.js. So RazorPay is a very popular payment gateway in India. So we are trying to integrate it using React.js and Node.js and Express. So this is the front end of the application. You will see we are making the post request to the server. So we will write the server code lately. So after getting this data, guys, we can simply say data dot currency, and there will be another option which will be called as amount. So this will be data dot amount, put a comma, and then there will be a description. So description will be, you can give any description of your choice. I will give it as wallet transaction like this. After that, guys, you can give your image, whatever image that you want to, profile picture or a logo. So I will give this as I will put a post request https localhost 5000, and this will be the image that we will store it, logo.jpg. When we write the server's code, you will just see, and then we will have the order underscore id, which will be equal to data.id. After that, we will have the handler function, which will get the response for us. So function, so inside the parentheses we will get the response. So inside this we will simply say alert payment id. So the payment id will be simply the payment id which will be returned to us inside this response. So we will simply say response dot razorpay response dot razorpay payment underscore payment id underscore id. And also we will, same goes for the order id as well, order id. So we will concatenate, which will be response dot razorpay. This time we will change this to order id. So that's it. Now there is another function which will called as prefill. This is a prefill function, and inside this you will fill out all the details of the person which are buying the product, such as name. So we have the name here. You can give any name of your choice. I will give my name, which is purchasing the product, and you can fill these details dynamically as well using a form. We will provide the email of the person. You can just, this is automatically filled when the people will purchase the product. And the third field is the contact number. You can just give with the mobile number. So 9821225, this is my mobile number. You will see it will automatically get filled. After that, we need to display this window, guys. So this is very simple. We need to display the window on button click. So now to display this window, it is very easy. We will simply say payment object. So this will be new window dot. So if you see window dot razorpay, And here we will pass the options which we have constructed, and then we will open this window using payment object dot open. That's it. So this will open the window for us programmatically. So this is all the function which is required here, payment gateway.js. This is complete here. And I think the front end is complete now. Now we can move to our backend. So if you see here, if you compile this project, you will definitely see your React.js application. There will be a simple button here. If you click it, nothing will happen because we haven't written the code here to display this window. You will simply see that fail to fetch. This error will come here because we haven't written the server side code like this. And now guys, what we need to do is that we need to move to the server side folder here, which is the server side code. So you will see this is our backend folder. So inside this we have the package.json file. So inside this we need to create a index.js file here. So we have installed these dependencies. First is we have installed Express, which will be the server. Then we have installed CORS, which is used to make cross-site request. Then we have RazorPay module for server side. Then we have short ID module. So these are the four modules which we have installed. So now right here we need to, first of all, what we need to do, we need to make a app of Express like this. So after this we also need the path module, which is a built-in module, and we will also include the course module, and then we will simply also include the short ID module. So then we will have our RazorPay module as well, guys. So all the modules, let me include this RazorPay. So after doing this, guys, we will initialize RazorPay credentials. So four people are watching the video, guys. So we are inside this video, we are integrating the RazorPay payment gateway inside React.js and Node.js. So now to integrate the RazorPay credentials, we will simply declare here const RazorPay, and we will have the new keyword. We will initialize new RazorPay, and inside this we will pass, this takes some objects here. First it takes is the key ID. So basically it's a key ID, key underscore ID. So this is typically your ID which is stored inside your dashboard. So you can easily find this inside your dashboard. So this is your ID, simply copy this. So this will be different for you. So don't copy my key ID. So right here, this is the ID here. Then we have the second, which will be key underscore secret. This is again a confidential information. You don't want to share it with anyone. This is only the test mode. So you can regenerate it, test key. You can see that. So if you see here, configuration, if you go to it, you will see the key API key option here. Regenerate. Okay. So this is your a new key ID. You can regenerate it at any time. So let me paste it. The two options here. The second one is the key secret. So copy this and paste it. So after doing this, guys, we simply need to use the course module. We need to pass it as app.use as a middleware function so that we can make the request from the React.js application. So right here inside the root directory, we will store the logo for the project. So you can include your own logo, but I will use my image here, which is, I will download this image. This is my image here. I will use this as a logo. I will save this, and then I will move this. So I will cut this. You can use any logo of your choice. So I will use my image here. I will rename this to logo. So this is logo.jpg. So now you can see that if I show you, this is logo.jpg, this is my image here. I will use it for my payment gateway purposes. So now to use this as a, we will simply say app.get. So whenever someone logo.jpg makes a get request to this image, we need to simply return this image to the user. So request response, and inside this we will simply send the file to the user back to the file, response send file, and dir name. And here we simply need to pass the full path here. So for this we will use the path dot join method, dir name, and then we will simply pass the full path here, which is put a comma here instead of plus, and then we will simply say logo.jpg. So after this get request, guys, we just need to make the post request, which is simply app.post slash RazorPay, and inside request response it takes these two parameters, and inside this what we need to do is that, and mind you this is the async function because we are calling this function inside our React.js application. If I show you inside there, we are calling it using await. Here you can see this is again a async function. So RazorPay. So now we need to construct this post request. So right here, first we need to do is that we need to declare some variables which will be payment underscore capture is equal to 1. Here you can configure the amount. I will configure it as 499. You can configure anything. Currency, then you can configure the currency. This can be USD, United States dollar, or Indian rupees. Any currency, valid currency in the world, you can configure it. After you can pass the options. So inside these options you can pass the amount. So for this I need to multiply by 100, and then currency will be currency, and then we have, so for this we will simply write the currency right here. So for this you need to put a comma here, so that is why it was problem here. The third option it takes is receipt. In order to generate a receipt, it is very easy. We will use a short id module, short id.generate. So this will generate a random string, and then we will simply pass payment underscore capture. This is our options object here, like this. So right here we will use a try catch block to make the payment. So whenever any sort of error take place, we can simply caught the error using the catch block. So here we will simply say console log error. So inside the try block, guys, we will just make a request here to the RazorPay server. So await. So we will simply create an order here, which is RazorPay dot, and there is a method inside this, guys. We know how to create an order, RazorPay dot orders dot create. So basically this will create an object inside the RazorPay website. We will pass the options, and after this we will console log the response, which is returned back to us inside the server. And right here we need to return something to the client. So here we can return back to the client, which is response.json, and here we can return the information which is returned back from RazorPay, which is response dot, the id will be simply stored inside response.id. Then we have our currency, which will be stored inside response dot currency, response dot currency, and then the third option will be the actual amount for which the payment has been made. So this will be response dot amount. So all these three things we will be returning back to the React.js client. And now we, at last, we need to start the application at a particular port number. So simply we'll say app.listen, and now we need to provide the port number. So we will simply say 5000. So 5000, you can give any port number of your choice. And here we can start this Node.js application console log. So here we can say app is listening on port 5000. So first of all, we need to start the server here. So we will simply start the server here. We will use nodemon index.js. So it is saying that RazorPay has already been declared. Uh, oh, sorry, this needs to be a capital R. Let me make it capital R. So just make this slight adjustment here, and once again RazorPay. That's it. So now you will see, guys, it is saying express is not defined. Uh, I think we haven't included the express module. We need to include it. Yeah, sorry. This needs to be required. So require express. That's it, guys. So we have started this server. App is listening on port 5000. And now we simply need to go to our RazorPay client module. So now if I click the buy button, buy course. So now you will simply say, it is saying that, oops, something went wrong. No appropriate payment method found. So it has created the order ID. You will see entity order. You will see the amount which is passed to it, amount paid, amount due, currency INR. But something has wrong taken place inside our React.js application. Let me relaunch the application here. So restart the application, which is npm start. Let me cross check which is the problem which is taking place. So if you see here, so if you have any sort of doubt, we can, Kamaljit is saying create a new website. Please reply. So I will definitely create a website. So if you see here, we have created this module and we are including this. I think inside this options we have passed our wrong. I think we have passed the wrong key here, wrong key ID. So I need to pass the correct key ID which I used inside the server side. So this is the key ID which I used here. So simply I need to replace it inside the client also. So this was the mistake I think that I was doing. So now this will be very much up and running. So you will see that now if I hit our button, click the button. So it will now show correctly the model window, which is you can see 499 transaction is there. So this is my profile picture. You can see it is appearing right here. So we have downloaded it from the internet. So you can change the profile picture, anything logo of your company or like this. So this will appear inside the payment pop-up window. So we will pay it using the Google Pay ID, which we have. We will write this using Geeky Gautam. This is Google Pay UPI ID. Okay, ICICI. So there is a pay button here, 499. So it is payment is being proceeded. So now you will get your order ID. You can see payment ID you got. Then you will get your order ID. All this stuff you will get. So inside actual server side, the actual payment has been done. You will see you will receive this information. You will get your receipt, currency, amount due, amount paid, entity. This is your order ID. All this stuff. So in this way, guys, you can embed the RazorPay payment gateway integration in React. We have done it step by step in this video. Hi sir, please upload this video after live session. Vishwanath, this video will be there for lifetime because we have done it, and this video will be there on the channel for lifetime. I will not be deleting it. So once the live stream is over, you can definitely watch this video, and all the source code regarding this application I have given in the video description link. So if you go to the live stream link here, you will find the source code inside this link here. If you go to this link, this is my blog post. So here I have written all the source code that you will need here. So just in order to download all the source code, and you can also watch the entire video alongside downloading all the source code. Apart from that, if you have any sort of question, you can ask in the comment section. And in this day, I will be uploading more and more videos, more and more payment gateway integration, something like this. So please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well, and I will be seeing you guys in the next stream.